Are there any Democrats in the House? I said, are there any Democrats in the House? I can hear you now. Welcome to San Antonio. It's a wonderful place. Everyone here is officially an honorary Spurs fan for the duration of the weekend. I know, you Rockets and Mavs. Don't worry, it's going to grow on you. Give it a couple of days, it'll grow on you. In a minute, I'll introduce our Democratic Party's equivalent of Coach Pop, or as you know him, Chairman Gilberto Hinojosa. First, I want to tell you just a little bit about where I come from. I was born on the south side of San Antonio, graduated from McCollum High School, then enlisted in the Marines before going on to law school. Again, I want to thank all of our fellow veterans for their service. How about another round of applause for our veterans? In the Marines, I was a combat engineer. My company was in charge of building bridges, and we built bridges across canyons and over rivers and lakes for Marines to cross. I remember those times in uniform like they were yesterday, and yet those times remind me of the task that our party has ahead of us. The task of building bridges, bridges of ideology, bridges of compassion, bridges of inclusion, and bridges of unity. Before us is perhaps the most important election in our nation's history. All eyes are on the White House, but the trickle-down effect will decide races across the country and here in Texas. So whether it's my brother Thomas's race for state rep, the local sheriff's race, my Senate race, or re-electing Pete Gallegos to Congress, each victory is an important step towards turning our state blue. And when the dust settles, standing tall will be our first female president, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Hillary will win the presidency, and I'm confident she will turn Texas blue. But it's how she and our party get it done that's just as important. We cannot enter the fall with a team Hillary and a team Bernie. Donald Trump's largest asset in this race is not his make-believe $10 billion. It's a divided Democratic Party. President Obama has made us proud. And he has moved our country forward despite opposition from Republicans who have put party politics ahead of the American people. In 2008, President Obama inspired millions of people to come out and vote, much like Senator Bernie Sanders has in 2016. Millions have felt the burn, and their quest to improve our country isn't coming to a close. It's just beginning. But uniting around Secretary Clinton is the clear and obvious choice for moving America forward. It's important that we build a bridge and unite our party and unite our country. Imagine a bridge that represents a fair pay for a hard day's work. Imagine a bridge to equality. These are the ideals that all Democrats can agree on, whether you have supported Bernie or whether you have supported Hillary. Let the Republicans fight amongst themselves and show their true colors of hate and division. Because there is a demand in America for a party willing to lead, and Democrats must continue to be that party. Speaking of party, there will be some badass parties later tonight. But now when we come together as a Democratic Party, and yes, we will, our work isn't done. There's another bridge to build, one that extends beyond our party. It's time for a reality check. because Trump has managed to strike a chord with many Americans. He uses fear tactics, lies, double talk, racism, violence, and impossible promises to lure many of our fellow Americans to his side, many who have traditionally been Democrats or independents. That's right. As Democrats, we have to figure out a way to welcome back those people who have traditionally been our voters. Many Americans who are voting for Trump are fed up. Many are working class who feel neither side cares about them. It's because they're not hearing our message. We need to build that bridge and invite them to cross over that barrier that divides our country and back to the Democratic Party. We are the People's Party. We are their party. We have a better plan for America, for their children, and for their grandchildren. These are hard-working Americans, blue-collar, union folks, farmers, ranchers, truck drivers and teachers, mechanics, frontline workers in factories and in construction. They work hard and work their way up through our mills, our farms, our ranches, and our plants. But the world has changed around them at lightning speed. Their jobs went overseas. Companies that pay a good wage, that once competed for the brightest American talent, are now leaving our shores to pay a wage at which no American company can compete. Many of these Texans are frustrated, and they shun the party for the Republicans. But nothing changed, and they're angry. Well, you know what? These angry voters may have left the party, but we still have a lot in common because I'm angry too. I'm angry because a college education is too expensive for our kids. And if that makes you angry, let me hear you get fired up, and let me hear you say, yes, it does. And if it makes you angry that Texas has the highest rate of uninsured, while billions of our Medicaid tax dollars are being tossed around like a political football, let me hear you say, yes, it does. And does it make you angry that our veterans have to wait months to be seen by a doctor? Does it make you mad that Donald Trump wants to build a wall instead of building a bridge? Does it make you angry that he will attack our federal judge just because his ancestors are from Mexico? And does it make you angry that our gun laws allow someone on a watch list to buy a gun and kill 49 Americans, mostly of our LGBT community? Well, my fellow Texans, does it make you down irate that while our foster children are sleeping in CPS offices and our caseworkers are overworked and underpaid, Republicans haven't even noticed because they're too busy patrolling the office bathrooms? Now imagine 4 years of inclusion, where those who feel they've been left behind, those who feel they've never had a voice, and those who feel their voice isn't heard are working together to make a world-class public education for every child, the bedrock of our economy. Working together to make healthcare even more accessible and affordable. Working together on solutions important to our families, not the corporations and not the 1%. In closing, I want to say that building those bridges start right here, and it starts today. The path to the presidency, the road to a blue Texas, and the bridge to a Texas that works for all families begins here, and it begins with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will defeat Donald Trump in November. Together, finally build a bridge from a Mr. President to a Madam President. I now want to introduce a man who has served our party for more than 30 years and with his hard work will help lead us over the bridge to victory. Texas Democratic Party Chairman Gilberto Hinojosa. God bless you, and God bless Texas. Thank you.